Welcome children to Geography with Juliana. We are studying Chapter 2 Location and Extent for Standard 10. And in the last video we have completed with the location, the extent and the boundaries of both India and Brazil. Okay, today we are on page 12 and we are studying the historical background of India and Brazil. Talking about the historical background, as I had told you in the introduction, this year we are also going to study history in geography, right? Remember, in the introduction I had mentioned this to you. So here we are studying history of India and Brazil. Talking about the historical background of India, I will take a comparative account preferably. So India was under the British rule for almost 1.5 centuries. Besides British, India was also colonized by Portuguese. For example, Goa was colonized by Portuguese. We also had the Dutch, the French, who came to India and ruled over our country. But the biggest, colonization was by the British and the longest for almost 1.5 centuries. They came as traders, but they became our rulers, right? Brazil, on the other hand, was under the Portuguese government, so they were colonized by the Portuguese for almost 3 centuries. Brazil got its independence in the 19th century, while India got its freedom in 20th century. India got its freedom on 15th August 1947, that is in the 20th century, while Portuguese got its freedom on 8th September 1822, that is in the 19th century. Now you won't forget 8th September because it is just 2 days after Teachers' Day, right? 5th September we celebrate Teachers' Day all over India, and 8th September the Brazilians got their independence. Then there is a question here. What problems did Brazil and India face after independence? Was it smooth sailing after the independence for both the countries? No. So first I will talk about the problems that India faced after independence, and then I will talk about the problems that Brazil faced and also how they managed to overcome their problems. India got its independence on 15th August 1947. The major problem immediately after the independence, along with the joy of independence, we also had to face the terrible aftermath of partition. When India and Pakistan got divided, India and Bangladesh, which was earlier East Pakistan. So that was a major blow to us. Because India got divided. Not just India got divided area wise, but people also were now faced with a problem of choosing a country. So many of the people went to Pakistan, many remained in India. Many of our relatives of Indians landed in Pakistan. They had no choice, they already had their houses over there probably, and many of the people remained in India as well. Besides that, not just the area wise, not just the people wise, but also looking at the agricultural land. Large amount of our agricultural land went to Pakistan and East Pakistan, while a huge population remained in India. And as a result, another major problem that India faced soon after independence was famine. Feeding such a large population was our major problem. But after that, we also faced 3 major wars, Indochina and 2 of Indo-Pakistan wars. So that was another major problem that we faced. But in spite of all the problems, India has been able to overcome their problems, and today India is marching ahead as far as development is concerned. And we are counted among one of the top developing nations today. India is also a global market. So our products today are sold in the world market, not just the traditional raw material, the food grains, etc., but we sell large amount of finished goods as well. Okay, so engineering goods, engineering products, IT products, okay, and many other such materials are sold in the international market today because of various reforms that India has brought about from time to time. So our economy today is you can say much developed, okay, and we are marching ahead as far as progress is concerned. Then talking about the historical background of Brazil. I've already told you that they were ruled by the Portuguese for almost 3 centuries. Then after that, okay, when they got their independence in the 19th century, they did not have an easy going either. Immediately in 1930 up to 1985, they were ruled for almost half century now by the populist military government. What do you mean by populist military government? This is a dictatorship type of government. Okay, it is an authoritarian type of government where the government is supreme. Okay, and nobody can say anything against that type of dictatorship. Do you remember, do you know any country today which is facing this type of dictatorship? Yes, China has its own communist party, okay, where the government is supreme and nobody can raise their voice against the policies made by the government. Okay, North Korea is another example. So, okay, so that was a major blow for the Brazil. So after that, okay, in spite of these problems, Brazil was able to overcome their problems and gain more of financial freedom. Okay, they overcame their financial difficulties and now today they are contributors to economic growth, not just of Brazil but of the world. Okay, and they are an important future market for many countries. Similarly, India too, okay, is trading with many important nations today like the US, the Europe. Okay, Brazil, we are also trading with Brazil and vice versa. Brazil is also trading with us. As I told you, we are not just going to restrict ourselves to limited knowledge that we have in the textbook. I'm going to pose certain thought-provoking questions for you for critical thinking. Okay, so that you are not limited with bookish knowledge. You need to develop a critical mind where you should be able to understand various concepts. Okay, not just concepts but various you can say policies, and understand the benefits, okay, the pros or the cons of these type of policies and these type of governments, etc. Okay, coming to a few questions, let us think. What could be the causes of being colonized for such a long period? Okay, 1.5 century, that too in the 20th century. Okay, ruled by the British, and Portuguese ruled by, the Brazilians ruled by Portuguese for almost 3 centuries. What could be the reason? You need to think about it. What could be the reason? Why were we ruled by the British for so long? As we know the history, they came as traders. They just wanted to trade. But what was it that made them rulers within a very short span of time? Okay, can you think about some of them? Yes, illiteracy, various social evils that we had, and our biggest problem was disunity. Okay, we were not united. We were divided into major princely states, and each one for their own selfish motives supported this type of they supported the Britishers. Okay, and they allowed the Britishers to gradually gain control over not only our economy but over the military, over the politics as well, and they became our rulers. Okay, so that's the reason why India got freedom in the 20th centuries, while many other countries like Brazil got its freedom in the 19th century. Do you think literacy and unity could have got us freedom faster? Definitely yes. Was it better then, or is it better now? That's a question for each one of you to think about and come out with your answers. For that you will have to refer and maybe speak to your grandfathers who have a little knowledge about the Britishers, okay, when they were in our country. And of course in history you have read about the atrocities, okay, of the Britishers towards Indians, the injustice that happened, and so many other things. But I leave this answer to each one of you to think about. Was it better then? Okay, no doubt there were a lot of good things that happened. We got railway, we got bridges, okay, but besides that, were we really free? That's the major question. So it's up to you to decide whether it was better then or is it better now. Think about the sacrifices made by our freedom fighters, known and unknown. Okay, thousands of them, young students as well. Okay, the young population laid down their lives. Many mothers lost their sons, okay, their daughters during the freedom struggle. So we did not get freedom all that easily. We paid a very heavy price for it. If our freedom fighters were to come alive and see the present state of India, would they be happy? Okay, it's for you to think about. Would they be happy looking at the petty fights that we have today? Was this the free India that they dreamt about? Okay, for this we can refer Rabindranath Tagore's poem, Where the Mind is Without Fear. Okay, you have it in your English textbook. As I told you, geography is an integrated subject today. So here you will study literature as well. Okay, so you need to get back to your English textbook and open the poem of Rabindranath Tagore, Into that heaven of freedom, my father, let my country awake. Okay, so if we need to maintain our freedom, if we want to enjoy this freedom forever, okay, and for the years to come, and if we want our future generation to enjoy this freedom, we need to remember the dream that our forefathers had for us, the sacrifices that they made. This is a beautiful poem which has always been my favorite. Okay, Where the Mind is Without Fear. When nobody fears, do we fear today? Can we venture out in the dark, in the night? We fear. Right? Are we totally free to speak whatever we like? Of course, we cannot speak something bad, or we cannot propagate any fake news. But when we speak against certain government policies, are we really free? Can we speak openly, or are we suppressed? We need to think about it. Okay, and the head is held high. Where knowledge is free, we can walk with our head held high all the time. We need not feel ashamed of anything. Okay, do we have that type of a country? Do we have that type of freedom? When knowledge is free, you don't have to pay for the best knowledge. Okay, so those who can pay, those who can afford, normally join good schools. Okay, and those who cannot afford, they have to join whichever school is available in that much amount for them. So knowledge is supposed to be free. Okay, where you can get the best of knowledge, and I'm happy we have YouTube today. Okay, where the best of knowledge can be obtained free of cost, and my reason for joining YouTube was the very same. I want to give my knowledge, which my teachers have imparted me with, okay, freely to others. So where the world has not been broken into fragments by narrow domestic walls. Okay, forget about the world being divided, even our own country. We have divided it into so many states. Okay, no doubt for administrative reasons, but we still keep on fighting. We still want to break our states into smaller and smaller divisions. We fight on the basis of water, region, religion, caste, okay, races, and so many other things. So we should break away these domestic walls that we have created. And in today's world, okay, talking about the present corona crisis that we are facing, okay, we have understood a very important lesson, that we cannot remain segregated. We cannot just be selfish and think about ourselves. Today we have to cooperate with one another, okay, for the betterment of the entire world, for the betterment of our earth. We today are looking out for masks and medicines and the personal equipment kits, etc., etc. Okay, especially at the onset of this virus, coronavirus, we have noticed that we were just desperately looking at different countries. Not only that, even the greatest countries, okay, with big great economies like USA, had to bow down and look out for various other countries that could help them out during this crisis. So this has definitely taught us a major lesson. So building these walls, okay, the domestic walls, and fighting on the basis of our territories or borders is really shameful. We need to do away with these type. There has to be dialogue, there has to be cooperation, there has to be respect for one another's territory, where words come out from the depth of truth. Whatever we speak should be truth, and that's it. There is no deceit in whatever we speak, where tireless striving stretches its arm towards perfection, where people work, they strive and stretch out their arms to be perfect. Okay, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where we reason out. We don't just give up our reasoning because of the dead habits, okay, that we have created over the years. We need to reason out. There are a lot of superstitions as well that we have. So we need to get out of all these and reason out and think what is best for us as well as for the world, where the mind is led forward by God, by the Spirit of God. Okay, where we can be led by the Spirit of God. And Spirit of God is of love, is of freedom, okay, and is of peace, into ever widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom. My Father, let my country awake. So you need to keep this particular poem in mind, okay, all the days, because this makes us think, okay, of what is best, what is freedom, and what type of freedom our forefathers had thought for us. So with this, I end this video. In the next video, we will be taking the activity on page 12. Okay, so till then, bye-bye, take care, and God bless you.